Students, we will discuss History Chapter 7, New Questions and Ideas. The story of Buddha, Mahatma Buddha. Buddha, born as Siddhartha, which was his childhood name, founded the Buddhism, the religion. He belonged to a small Gana group known as the Sakya Gana. He was a Kshatriya by caste. When he was a young man, he left the comforts of his home in search of knowledge. He wanted to know the reality of the life, what really life means. He wandered for several years, meeting and holding discussions with other thinkers. He finally meditated for days under a peepal tree at Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Student, this is the picture of Mahatma Buddha. As he was meditating, he realized that he had got the knowledge. After that, he was known as the Buddha or the Wise One. He started preaching to the people. Buddha preached for the first time in Sarnath, a place very near to Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Buddha taught all his teachings in language of ordinary people, Prakrit. So he used the language of ordinary people so more and more people can understand his teachings. He taught that life is full of suffering, so we should control our wants. The constant craving could be removed by following a moderation in everything. So we should lead a simple life. Be kind to others, including animals. So follow ahimsa, non-violence, don't hurt anybody. Don't kill even insects and animals. Lastly, result of our action, which is called karma, affects us both in this life and the next life. So whatever we do, it should be a good one. We should be very good to the others. Okay, all his life he traveled and tried to teach people what he had understood about life. He did this till he passed away in Kushinara at Madhya Pradesh. Men and women who joined the Sangha led simple lives. For most of the day, they meditated and taught others. They helped each other and also settled quarrels with the Sangha. So these were the activities done in Sangha, Buddhist Sangha. At fixed time, the members of the Sangha went to cities and villages to beg for food. That is why they were known as bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. So in the Prakrit language, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis means beggars. Monasteries. The bhikkhus and bhikkhunis were taught and travelled at the time. In the rainy season, it was difficult to travel, so they stayed in one place. That time they built temporary shelters to live in, mostly in the caves. As time went on, many supporters of the monks and Buddhist monks and nuns, they themselves felt the need for more permanent shelters, and so monasteries were built. These were also known as viharas. Jainism. This is the second major topic of this chapter. Vardhamana Mahavir was the most famous thinker of the Jainas. Thinkers were also called Tirthankars. He was a Kshatriya prince. He belonged to Lachavi, a group of Vaji Sangha, which we have discussed in the previous chapter of Mahajanpadas. Okay? Vaji Sangha. Mahavira teachings were very simple. Men and women who wanted to get knowledge had to leave their homes. They had to strictly follow ahimsa, which is not hurting or killing any living being, so animal or human. So again, like Buddhism, Jainism also advocated that in our life we should be very kind to the others, and even we should not hurt or kill any insect or animal. Mahavira preached in the language of the people, which was another form of Prakrit called Magdi. So it was very much similar to the Prakrit, but because of some changes, it was called Magdi. The followers of Mahavira were called Jainas. Followers of Mahavira, who were known as Jainas, had to lead a very simple life, begging for food. They had to be absolutely honest. Men had to give up everything, including their clothes. Lastly, Upanishads. Upanishads, basically, it literally means approaching and sitting near. So basically, these were the discussions between the saints, Brahmins, and the Rajas, the princes. Okay, it contains conversations between teachers and students about why sacrifices should be performed. Like we have studied about the Vedic period. So in those days, many sacrifices were performed, like Ashwamedha, the horse sacrifice was performed to become the Raja. Okay, so these all were done, and these were discussed, that why we perform this, what is the result, what is the significance of this, and then they used to discuss the life after death. Okay, so basically, wait a minute. Basically, Upanishads were the later Vedic text. Yes, these were the later Vedic texts. So Upanishadic thinkers were men, especially Brahmin and Rajas, as we know, but only few women were included who were very much learned. There were some women thinkers such as Gargi. She was very famous, one of the, you can say, thinker who participated in the debates. So she was very much famous for her learning and participated in debates held in royal court. Many of the ideas of Upanishads were later developed by famous thinker Shankaracharya. Thank you, students.